Recently, I was able to buy ETBs from the Pokemon Center at regular price. Regular price meaning Pokemon Center prices, of course, and I got the Pokemon Center exclusive ones, which were going for around $77 Canadian, and I'm speaking specifically to the Mega Evolutions ETBs pre-release that just happened a few weeks back. I was able to order two, and I'm really excited to share that information with you guys because, of course, we're finally able to get Pokemon products at reasonable prices, at least to a certain extent. Today, we're going to be looking at some ETBs that are having the biggest movement over the last few months. Let's dive in. So we're going to be heading over to TCG Player today, and the first ETB we're going to be looking at is the Celebrations one. This one over here, of course, is going to have some movement right now as we're coming up to the 30-year anniversary, which will spike all of the other anniversary ETBs, and of course the Celebration one being the most recent one has gone up in price. So let's have a look here. Over the last 6 months, this ETB was going for $103 just at the beginning of February or midway through February, and now we are going for $230 for this Celebrations ETB. It is unreal, insane movement here. 16 of them sold as well just in the previous week, another 14 there, and then about 33 the week before that. So there are some sales happening as well for this ETB. People are getting excited. The 30-year anniversary is coming, and people are starting to go back to the previous anniversary boxes, such as this Celebrations ETB, which holds, of course, the Charizard, the Venusaur, the Blastoise, and more importantly right now, the Umbreon as well as the Greninja, which have been having some crazy climbs over the past few weeks. So with the prices of the singles moving up, as well as the fact that the 30-year anniversary is coming up, the price of this ETB has climbed significantly. We're looking at $230 for a Celebrations ETB. Next up is Obsidian Flames. Obsidian Flames. Remember this ETB when it came out, we can get it for around $50 Canadian, which was crazy. And now you look at this one, it's going for around $100 US for this bad boy, which is around $140 Canadian for an Obsidian Flames ETB. Pull rates super easy with this one. Just looking at the beginning of the year here, it was around $73 and now it is up to $99. So again, about a $20 jump here for this ETB from a US dollar perspective. But when you look at it from a Canadian perspective, we're around $140 Canadian to pick this one up. And with the Obsidian Flames ETB, it comes with the beautiful promo Charmander card, which goes for around $25 to $30. And from a PSA 10 perspective, goes for around $160, $170 US, which is quite insane. So again, the value of the card is there from the ETB perspective. Of course, it needs to meet all the PSA 10 expectations, well centered, no damage to the card, which is unfortunately difficult with the Scarlet and Violet era. But if you do get a clean copy, you've pretty much made your money back and some. And with the pull rates being quite generous from Obsidian Flames, it's quite easy to get the chase card, the Charizard, from this set. We're going to head back to the Sword and Shield era, and we're going to have a look at the Fusion Strike ETB. Yes, the Fusion Strike ETB. The set, of course, has a number of chase cards, the Gengar being the number one. Of course, we've also got the Mew, the Celebi, and a couple of other ones here. But Fusion Strike also having some movement here. We were looking at around $110 at the beginning of the year for this ETB, and now we have climbed up to $184. Again, almost double in price for this ETB. We've had some sales here as well, 7 in the past week. The week before that, 16, and a little bit of a decline there. We had some heavier sales here, 18, 36 in May. So we are seeing some sales with this ETB. Fusion Strike, of course, aging there. Gengar's price is going back up. Fusion Strike being one of the more popular sets from the Sword and Shield era. Of course, Evolving Skies is number one, but I would say that Fusion Strike is right behind it. This is another one here that is having some big movement over the last couple of months. And of course, I had to touch on Evolving Skies because I really wanted to see what was happening with this ETB. And of course, with Fusion Strike moving up, this ETB will move up as well. $447 at the beginning of the year, and now we're sitting at around $592. So we're up about $150 for this ETB, which is crazy. Imagine $600, imagine just under $600 for an ETB. And if you look at it, just at the beginning of last year, you could have picked up a booster box for that price, Now you're getting an ETB, which has less than a fourth of the packs that you'd get. And of course, with the pull rates being horrendous, you're basically throwing $500 away. If you're not buying this product to keep sealed, don't buy it. Don't be Pat Flynn and should I open and should I keep it sealed thing. Don't do that because that is just a big waste of money. $592 for a ETB is insane, especially with the hit rate being so poor. And the last one we're going to be looking at today is the Pokemon Go ETB. The Pokemon Go ETB, this one over here is an interesting one. We had to touch on it quickly because honestly, this is probably the worst set from the Sword and Shield era. I think so. Even Darkness Ablaze was a little bit better, right? I don't know, that's my opinion, but the point is that this one over here was around a $63 ETB at the beginning of January, and now we've climbed up to $86. What is the reason behind Pokemon Go going up in price? In all honesty, probably due to all the other products going up. look at Shrouded Fable. Shrouded Fable was not a great set. And because everything else went up in price, so did Shrouded Fable. Pokemon Go doing the exact same thing. Would I buy this product? Maybe an ETB or two for the personal collection. But long term, there are other products that are much better out there, especially if you're trying to keep sealed. For opening, sure, this is not a bad one to open because it's relatively cheap, but to keep sealed, I'd probably go with something else. And just to speak on the chase card of this set, the Mewtwo V, I did pick this one up for around $20 Canadian. I remember I picked it up for $20 Canadian, and right now it's going for about $40 US. So it has gone up significantly in price as well. It's rebounded from its lows. So there are some hype around the Pokemon Go cards as well, which is probably what's supporting the push of this, with of course all the other sealed products and Pokemon in general being at an all-time high. So that was a quick look at some ETBs that are having some crazy movement. Of course, the Pokemon Go one was a little bit of a surprise. We have Obsidian Flames, which is kind of a mediocre set as well, but you know what? It's doing well because of the Charmander promo card that you're going to be getting from that. Celebrations having some big movement as well because Celebrations is the 25-year anniversary, and now we're getting close to the 30-year anniversary. Of course, Celebrations singles are also having a lot of movement, such as your Umbreon and the Greninja promo card that you actually get from the ETB, which is supporting the push of this ETB. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this, and if there are other ETBs that are having some crazy movements that I haven't mentioned, drop them in the comments. And if you guys got this far in the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. My name's TRV, you guys are the greatest, and we'll see you next time.